Hello and welcome to this demonstration of the Mobii Magic Surface, an interactive projection system for tables, floors and beds, which is also available as a fixed ceiling version. I'm Anna Park, the Care and Education Consultant for Ohm Interactive, and here's a preview of some of the huge variety of activities that our system provides to enable you to motivate and inspire those you support. As mentioned before, the system can project onto tables, floors, beds and chairs, so it's a hugely flexible resource with content to suit all ages and abilities. During this demonstration, I'll show you how the system works, the many features and variables of the applications, and the potential benefits for those you support. So we're going to start by projecting onto the floor using a piece of white vinyl. Here we have one of our white painting activities, and you can see that as the user moves, she hears the sights and sounds of nature. The rainforest magically begins to colour, and the hidden birds and animals are revealed the more she moves. This encourages greater mobility and gives a clear understanding that her physical efforts are being rewarded as they happen. Here we have some similar painting activities, but this time the movements are more focused, using a brush to colour each silhouette. These types of applications encourage discussion, object recognition, and are a really good way to learn more about someone's personal preferences, their likes and their dislikes. In every wipe activity there is the option to slow down the return of the original image, simply by using a button on the remote control. This way the completed images remain longer, aiding a sense of achievement and giving the option to explore the topic further. Wipe activities are a perfect way to encourage greater physical movement, depending on ability. This virtual forest walk sequence begins with a forest and takes the user through a series of images to a beautiful poppy field. It's important not to underestimate the empowering effects of having control over your environment and creating colour through your fingertips and toes. For greater dexterity and coordination, ball rolling activities can take on a real feeling of exploration and discovery, as in this lavender field with butterflies. Here are just a few more examples showing how Wipe can be used as more of an educational resource. And if you're purchasing the editable system, these images can easily be pictures, artwork or photos that your group's created or taken during other sessions. And there's always the option to upload your own music or sound effects too. Here we have one of our scatter effects, and you can see how the floating objects respond to someone walking over the surface. By dispersing the feathers, the woodland birds are revealed. This encourages balance and spatial awareness, and on a table it encourages sweeping movements of the arms. As well as these nature apps to create a sense of calm and relaxation, there are many other themes and interests that it supports. Here we have a Space Planets theme, using a baton to move the planets. And this next scatter activity has a helicopter to discover behind the clouds. And again, using the remote control, you increase the move back delay so you can enjoy the image for longer. A change of feel now as we demonstrate our splat activities. These apps are a great way to develop confidence, socialisation and a sense of achievement. Again, there are options to use hands, batons, feet, or throw beanbags at the moving targets to splat them. Played individually or as a team, many of the apps have a visual and oral reward when all of the objects are splattered. Again, there are options to adjust the dynamics in play, so this becomes an inclusive activity. Using the remote control, the speed of the objects can be reduced, sped up, or stopped from moving altogether. This way it's possible to measure improved coordination and reflexes as users get more practice in the activity. We've recently heard that members of a supported living home have lost weight whilst regularly having fun with these interactive games. In this Splat app, users discover the names of the planets as they jump on them, so it's educational as well as fun. Next I'm going to show you how a Splat activity might look on a table. Here we are using our hands to burst the balls into fireworks. This may even help someone who has a particular fear or phobia. Now to our virtual water apps. These are incredibly responsive and recreate a real sense of place. Exploring the contents of a rock pool whilst tickling the fish and rippling the water is the perfect way to experience the seashore when the seaside is often such a long way away. Back on the floor again now, and you can see how this rainbow water app is so visually appealing, engaging the senses, and really beneficial for those with a visual impairment. And this floating lilies app would be perfect for a namaste or sensory session with the contrasting colours and the sound of the water, an active rather than a passive way to relax. In this Stepping Stones app, the challenge is to cross the river without stepping into the water, a perfect way to develop balance and encourage physical activity. In this Zones app, the pond becomes a target game as the fish jump out on successful interaction. These Zones apps are particularly good for providing inclusive music activities. Here we have a glockenspiel, a drum kit, and musical candles, where each plays a different note in an octave. This app is perfect for someone with a fascination for all things magical, as it effectively turns a baton into a wizard's wand. Back on the floor again, and the Chef Penny game uses counters to recreate a fairground experience, a good way to develop mental arithmetic, turn-taking and spatial awareness. Here we have a stormy sky where the lightning bolts flash, again a good way to work on desensitising a phobia or learning about the weather. Many of our Zones apps have a seasonal theme. This one celebrates Christmas, with musical baubles and areas of the picture that light up. And this app has interactive candles and sparkly jewels to celebrate the festival of Diwali. Our quiz apps are a fun way to find out more about someone's taste and personalities. There doesn't always need to be a right or wrong answer. Here, the freeze button is particularly useful as it allows users to point at all the possible answers before making their choice. Our ball games suite makes a great addition to the adult SN applications. Here we have our air hockey game being played on a floor with live scores. You can see how good this is for encouraging physical activity, developing coordination and having fun with others. And here is our popular football game, a great way to motivate people to switch off the TV and get physical, with a true winner's fanfare. Here are a few clips of the system in use, showing its incredible versatility. Firstly, as a tool for sensory stimulation and relaxation. For developing physical agility and balance. For responding to a wide range of abilities and creating engaging activities that boost mobility and a sense of achievement. In all of the apps, there is the option to increase or decrease the volume of the background music using the remote control. Here's an example of a user's jungle painting that's been uploaded and turned into a scatter app. Celebrating people's artwork is very validating. It puts the person at the centre of the activity and gives them a real sense of pride in their work. I hope you've enjoyed this demonstration of our Mobii Magic Surface and can see the many ways that our interactive projections could support those you work with or care for. There is obviously so much that we couldn't include in this short film, so please don't hesitate to contact us if you have any more questions or would like to learn more. Thank you so much for listening.